Today, I want to chat about sales, but I want to touch it from a different perspective, a different angle. Uh, but before I start, I do want you to get a piece of paper and a pen, and I want you to write down to yourself, what does it mean when you hear it? I'm going to say now the word sales. What does it mean for you? And I want you to write down, and I don't mind even for you to pause for a second this recording and just write down everything that comes up to your mind, negative, positive, whatever comes up, every type of word that comes up, write it down. Because the interesting part is that a lot of people, when you actually ask them this question, they will write. And again, if you paused it and wrote it down, or while I'm chatting, you are writing down, I want you to take a look and see if you were writing more positive or negative, if there's actually something positive. Because it is that I've noticed that for a lot of people, most of the words they're going to use are actually negative. It's around fear, that people are afraid of themselves, they're not sure how to do it, they don't believe in themselves that they can do it, and there's a lot of frightness about this. And I think the main reasons for this is because there is the type of sales that is a very direct, a very in your face, that is very kind of pushing and not so nice. And I think that's like the way sales used to be in the past. And that's what people have in their mind. So when you think about sales, you're like, but I'm not this person. I'm not going to be very I don't know how to push. I don't know how to promote myself. I don't know how to be so direct, like all of this. And that makes you get, to be afraid about from this, like that everything's around sales. But the question is this is really what calls sales, or are there actually other options, other definitions for the word sales? And that's why I really thought it's going to be a nice topic for this podcast, because in my opinion, there's two type of sales. There is the hard sell and there's the soft sell. And the hard sell is, yes, what you used to see more in the past, and it's like even like the commercials on the TVs, and those salesperson that come knocking on doors and just come directly and just tell you, you need this product, you need to buy this, and come with a speech. And some of them even come with a false guarantee, like, I promise you that you can get 100% success, I can get you this result and that result. But sorry for the word, but it's bullshit, okay? Because no one can really promise. I can teach you everything, but if you're not going to do the job and you're not going to implement what I taught you, so how can you get results, right? Unless I'm doing the job for you. But even then, there is things that can happen in life that, that you will need to readjust and do, like what happened with COVID, right? So it is tough to promise something and guarantee from the results perspective, but you can actually promise that you give them the tools, that you'll show them the way, that you will guide them along the way, and things like this. But again, this is one type of sales, okay? The hard sales. But there's the other one that I think is the one that's going to make more and more people, if you just change your perspective, is to look at it as a soft sale. And a soft sale means that eventually you do you, and you being true to yourself, and you being authentic, and you finding a way to build credibility, to build trust, to build relationships. So yes, maybe it's not going to give you quick results, maybe as per others, but who said that you need quick results, right? If you want to build a sustainable business, a business that will grow the right way and not going to just jump one way or another and that's it, at one point let the business disappear, you really need to build a strong foundation. And you need to build a certain crowd around you. You need to build your own community and become their go-to person, become an expert or a guru in your industry. And by doing that, if you're going to work, and that's for me what soft sales mean, it's actually go to what it is organic marketing. It's basically you sharing your knowledge, your expertise, whatever it is, again, depend on the business that you have, but you building that crowd around you that in time they come and buy from you. That even at one point, it's not you reaching out to people, it's people reaching out to you. And that's going to make the sales a bit easier, right, in our mind, right? So think about it. If you think about what you wrote about what sales mean to you, Okay, even if you didn't write it down, like what came up in your mind. You wrote it down, and then if you look at it now, if I'm going to tell you that you just need to be you and just share the certain content, put it out there, work on building this relationship, gaining people's trust, just putting yourself out there, but in a way that's right for you as a brand, for you, the business, and then you're going to start seeing that people will come to you. Is it not easier? Does it not make it like, wow, I can actually do it? Does it not change the way you think now? Because I think this is the super important part. And I think everyone needs to find what's working for them. And for some people, they prefer the hard sell, that they're very direct, they're very in your face, and they're going to come and tell you, listen, I've got this solution for you. You just need it, take it, that's it, put it out there, all this. But there's the other option of you working on building something and you doing it your way, in your pace, and put it in slowly, slowly as per what you want. And then you get people eventually to come to you. Again, on the art sale as well, like people can come to you and everything. But I think it's two different type of perspective of actually looking at this. And in sales, you really need to find what's right for you. Because if you're going to try to sell in a way that you don't believe in it, that you don't feel comfortable, people will see it. People will look at us and look at you and they're going to say, okay, I don't trust this person. There is something in the way he's trying to sell. I don't buy it. And if they don't buy it, they don't trust you and not going to be loyal to you. And they're also not going to be your brand ambassadors because they don't get it. And that's why I always say authenticity is super important with your business, especially today with social media. Because on social media, people can see. So people can see if you receive feedback and what type of feedback you received, all the different testimonials. People see how you're chatting, how you're engaging, what's your answers. And people can get it. So they are done with the people that are fake, that are over trying to sell. Yes, there's always going to be the type of people. I asked in one of the groups today, like, what do you think, like, would you buy or not from a business consultant that will tell you, I guarantee you 100% success? And most people will say, this is a bullshit, this is a scam, I don't believe it, it's an illusion, and different words like this. But the thing is that you still find people that actually buying this. They actually, oh wow, I want to hear more. I want to know more. And I think that's mainly also why I also wanted to chat about this topic, is because people need to understand that there's no such thing as 100% success and like a guarantee. You can, even when you buy a product, right? Let's say you bought like a microwave, like something like this, or a refrigerator, you get a guarantee that if you have a problem, you can come and they'll help you to fix it or replace it or whatsoever. But no one give you a 100% guarantee that it's gonna always work and it's always gonna do its job, because you can't. It doesn't work like this. Life is very like dynamic. Things are changing. Things are changing fast. Someone could have promised you something and then COVID happened. So you could have not commit to that promise, because now you need to readjust everything and do things differently, and no one knew what's going to happen. So it's the same. But as long as, in my opinion, again, if you work on building that credibility, and you're gaining people trust because you're working on building the relationship, you're going to see how you're going to have a stronger brand and it's going to stay for the longer run. And at a certain point, you will not even need to do the sales, because the sales you already do by you being you and sharing your content. But people will come to you. And that's where I think like it's easier to do it. It's an easier way to look at sales, especially like, I come from the corporate life. And, when you work for corporate, you have a big, strong brand behind you. So that kind of make your life easier. You go and give a sales pitch, and it's easy because you've got a strong brand behind you. You've got good products, quality products, and you just go with those. And that just by itself, just by saying the name of the brand, it's kind of selling itself, right? But then I figured out that then I started my business now. Wait, I'm the brand. I'm not a strong brand. I need to build my brand. No one know my brand. Like, it's not that easy. Not only that it's not easy on that side, but it's also not easy to sell yourself, right? You second guessing yourself, you're not sure what to do. You sometimes think like, oh my God, who will pay for a consultation with me? I'm such a like I'm bullshit. Like, who will believe me? Like, what's going on? Like, you don't like you really second guessing yourself, and it's so easy to do it, and we all do it. I don't think there's even one person who decides to start a business that doesn't second guess itself, like here and there. But that's the thing. Like, that's why, in my opinion, when I compare sales and I look at it as it was from when I was working in the corporates to now, they both work pretty much in the same way. At least the way I see it and the way that fits my personality. It's all about connections and building credibility, building that brand. And as that company was working on building their brand for a longer period of time and for many years, so now when you just come, people just automatically open, the door and listen to you. That's the same as you need to do with your business. So you really just need to learn to put yourself out there, to have that online presence, um, build that credibility, get people to trust you, get people to feel comfortable to come and ask you questions, and like either on a private message or on the comments, and share about who you are, what's your values, what do you believe in, like, um, and then in between, like, of course, you need to also have some like to lead to action, right? Because you don't want just to give and give and give, but no one will buy anything. But no one will buy if you're not going to tell them what you're selling. So as well, like, if I'm going to come to you now and I'll say, if you like my content, so by the way, please, you can do a follow to my podcast. And if you want, I have also like online courses, I do consultations, and I'm leading you to action. So you don't need to do it in each and every one of them, because if you listen to my podcast, I'm not going to do it in each and every one of them. But it is something that I'll either put in the description or I'll do it in a different platform and I'll play with this. But I will tend to make more presence to what I'm offering. And it's not always easy, yeah. Like, for me as a person, it took me a while to learn that that's okay to say what I'm selling, and to invite people to do any type of action. Um, it's never easy, but again, that's why I say we all need to do it as per our personality, as per what's right for us. Someone just said that like sales is something personal, and it is true. So you do you, and you do what's right for you. So I do me, and some people will maybe will do the podcast and will put you all the courses, all the stuff they're selling in your face, and that's it. And some people will enjoy listening to this. To me, it's not part of my personality, but I will find in different ways, in different places and platforms, how to push more, to say more, and invite for more stuff and things like this. So I am inviting you to follow my podcast. To feel free to actually contact me and ask for certain topics, or maybe you want to join and do a podcast with me. I would love it. Because I'm gonna start very soon to do more episodes with other people. Interviews are going to be very interesting. So yeah, so if you want to, let me know. But again, you find what's right for you and what works for you. So I'm really working on like summing it all up. Look at how you wrote sales. But if you wrote about the word sales when we first started this, and what do you think about it now? Have you changed your mind a bit? Are you going to look at it from a different angle? Are you going to see it as less intimidating, or is it still like something big and scary that you're afraid of? And I really want you, again, to remind yourself that there's different type of sales techniques, right? And you need to find what's right for you. You can be very in your face kind of style, or you can just, find a way to build your own community and get people to come and follow you, come and chat with you, and eventually to give them the opportunity that when they're ready to come and work with you. And for me personally, I prefer the second choice, the second option of like building that community. I'm a big believer in this. I really believe in organic marketing because it's all about creating connections and building relationships. Because by building relationships, you're building trust. but building trust. You're getting people to become your loyal, very loyal to your brand as well. They're going to be your best brand ambassadors, and by that, you're going to help your brand to grow. And that's what I'm believing in. And again, if you look at it from marketing perspective, it's kind of having like a paid marketing, which is a direct sell, hard sell, to organic marketing, which is the soft one. So which one are you? Or maybe there's options for you to combine them, right? Again, you do you. It's something super personal, and eventually in time you will find what's right for you and what works for you. But I also want you to keep on pushing yourself every day, at least like one or two things that are outside of your comfort zone, and don't be afraid. Sometimes someone can ask like, oh, I'm looking for someone who will do this and this, and you will be like, should I respond, should I not? You've got nothing to lose. Worse, like the no is already there, right? If they're going to tell you no, that other person is not your client, so you lost nothing. But at least you either got an option to get a yes, and as well, you get the option that the other person will know what you're doing, that when he needs it, he'll come to you because he will remember. But keep on working on your online presence. And again, be authentic, be true to yourself. And you can see it's going to help you to get eventually people come to you. And that hopefully will also going to help you to change about a bit your perspective about sales. So I really hope something have changed, and I would love to hear it. So if you can share it with me in comments or anything on my social media platform, I would love to hear your thoughts. And good luck